Hello, everyone, and happy Thursday. Thank you for joining me at Real Talk. I'm Gretchen Hydo, professional certified life and business coach. And today we're going to jump in and talk about and do the second week of our series of secrets. You know, last week we talked all about being as sick as your secrets and how we feel that emotionally, spiritually, and physically. And this week we're going to continue to talk about how secrets create havoc in your life, and we're going to start defining those secrets. Last week, you know, one of the things that we went over was secrets and why they were created. And, you know, a big reason is they were created to protect you. And so even though secrets are those things that can bury themselves down into our body and make us feel badly, I want you to honor your secrets and to think about the reasons that they're there. Last week for homework, I asked everyone to write down your top 3 secrets and the ways that they're keeping you from living a great big life. You know, because when we have secrets, we automatically live small. It's impossible not to. We really do have the belief that if people knew the thing that we did, they wouldn't like us, love us, hire us, let us drive the carpool, all of those sorts of things. So having secrets does make your playing field much smaller than it would be if you didn't have those secrets. So I hope that you did get a chance to write those down. We're going to be using that to build upon today and in the weeks to come. So let's talk about the 4 different types of secrets that there are. There's secrets of the body, secrets of the mind, secrets of the other, and secrets of the soul. And before we delve into this too much, I really want to ask you to be gentle with yourself as we look at all of this. And I commend you for listening today and for being a part of it and for being brave enough to even start thinking about your secrets. Even if you don't do the homework and you don't write things down, it's okay. Being here and just hearing it can be enough to start thinking about what it is that you really want and to give voice, even internal voice, to those thoughts that you have that you've been holding on to for a long time. So I think it's important to start by talking about the main reasons that people keep their secrets. And I found that there's 3. The first one is that people keep secrets because they believe that there's something wrong with them. They have a deficiency, they're embarrassing, and they don't want others to know. You know, and at our core, we all just want to belong. So if we have this belief that there's something wrong with us, we keep a secret about it. And just think about that for a minute. You know, I've had times where I thought if anyone knew about my hot temper, how quickly I can get hot and then cool off, that they wouldn't like me. You know, they wouldn't hire me. They wouldn't want to be in relationship with me. So I kept secrets about it. Think of what some of yours might be. The second one is vulnerability. Even think of that word for a minute. Being vulnerable about certain parts of ourselves can feel like giving power to another person who can later use it against us. So when I was a kid, there was a lot of alcoholism in my house, and it was something that I didn't want people to know about because I didn't want it to be used against me. I had a best friend who lived up the street, and she wasn't allowed to play with me anymore when her family learned about the alcoholism in our house. And so that was one of the ways that I learned to start keeping secrets about things, because I had been vulnerable, things had happened, and it was used against me. So think about for yourself, when have you told the truth about who you are, and then it's been used against you? That's also made you a secret keeper. The last one is this belief, and this one hurts my heart maybe the very most, is that the belief that the world is full of malicious people and that they're out to get you and that they want to hurt you if you give them the chance. You know, I personally have not struggled very much with this one, simply because I come from a mindset that people are not out to get me, but I know a lot of people that do believe this to be true. And if you come from the mindset that people are out to get you, then you do tend to hide who you really are from the world because you don't want them to hurt you. Now, one thing you should know is that keeping secrets is a habitual pattern. It starts in childhood, and we're programmed from an early age by our parents or our caregivers to keep secrets. And I'm going to give you an example of some. Here's some things in your childhood that maybe your parents told you not to say, you know, and these are some of the things that could have turned you into a secret keeper. Things like, don't tell anyone how much money your father makes. Don't tell anyone that Lucy just got out of the hospital. Don't tell anyone that your mother was married before. Don't tell anyone that you flunked that exam. Don't let people know your sister's going on that trip. Don't talk about how much we spent on the dog. Don't tell anyone how much you spend on clothes. Don't tell anyone you drove over the bicycle, that you got plastic surgery, how much money your grandfather gave you for an inheritance. Don't tell anyone that you have a disformed pinky. Don't tell anyone that you have a phobia. Don't tell, don't tell, don't tell. And isn't it interesting? We are programmed to not tell. Sometimes we're not even given a reason not to tell, but we start keeping secrets. So think of some of those don't tells for a moment. What don't tells come to mind for you? Some of them are spoken don't tells, and some of them are don't tells that you just decide you're not going to tell. For me, I really decided I was not going to talk about some of the stuff that went on in the house growing up. Don't tell. Nobody needs to know. Everything's okay here. And that's the preface that we go out with, is everything is okay here, even when it's not. And often, if we would talk about the thing that's not okay, we could get the help that we needed, or we could get it right-sized. Now, we're going to jump into two secrets today, two types. Secrets of the body and your inner critic, and secrets of the mind and playing it small. And the first one is that secrets of the body and your inner critic. Many people keep secrets around their body. And secrets can run the gamut from believing that, you're fat, not good enough, eating disorders, thinking shamefully about your body, abusing other people's body. Some secrets are about sexual escapades, desires, lovers. Sometimes it's about, being someone who's used somebody else or letting your body be used. What about those times that you've used your body for power? I had a secret for a while in college. I really thought that I was too overweight, and I took laxatives, and I wanted to be skinny. It didn't help, but I did do that, and that was a secret for a long time. And so here's the thing that happens when a person has a history of having two or more conflicting beliefs about their body. They're vulnerable to all kinds of challenges. And this is especially true when we use our bodies to gain stuff. And, I think we've all been in this, that you walk into that room, and if you're an attractive female or attractive male, you use it to your advantage to get things. When I was 18, I used to use it to get drinks. What free drinks could somebody bring me if I wore tight clothing and flipped my hair and did whatever that was? When we use our body against ourselves, we keep secrets about it. And what happens then is our inner critic really just starts taking over. It tells us that we're not good enough. It's really cruel. It's punishing, and it sure can be punitive. Right? So think about those things that you have done with your body and how that inner critic has made you just really feel small and ugly and not good enough and used maybe as well. And if you're struggling with this secret, what the key here is to make friends with that inner critic. You have to start being able to decipher when that inner critic is coming up. Is it your inner critic, or is it the voice of truth? Most of the time, it's the inner critic saying mean things to you. And I would encourage you this week to write down your hamster wheel of thoughts so that you can look at them and ask yourself, is that 100% true? Is it 100% true that I'm not good enough? Is it 100% true that if I don't wear that tight t-shirt, people won't pay attention to me? Is it 100% true that if I don't do that thing with my body that other person wants me to, that they'll leave me? Is it 100% true? Is it 100% true that if I'm not a size 0, people won't like me? And men have these things too in their own way. So write down the thoughts, keep track of the thoughts, and then I want you to challenge them. And when we can challenge the thoughts, we are able to separate the two conflicting ideas, the truth and the inner critic, and we can start eradicating the negative damage that's been done by our dialogue. The second secret, if that first one wasn't enough for you, is secrets of the mind and the trap of small thinking. And we started on this last week when I asked you to write down your top 3 secrets and how they're keeping you small. And here's the thing that happens is that Secrets keep us in a state of mistaken belief that if the world only knew, that they wouldn't, fill in the blank. And what happens is that our internal dialogue, that negative dialogue, runs continuously and can become unstoppable. Secrets of the mind are particularly powerful because they tell you stories like, you'll never be good enough, good girls don't do that, manly men don't do that, you really should just stop wishing and dreaming and spending on your dream because you're never going to have it, you're not the right kind. And it's, when you think about that, there's sadness there. Giving up on the things that you really want because of this negative mindset, it's like a trap door holding a person down with their own negativity. So secrets of the mind also include your private thoughts. We had a really interesting political few years, and there were a lot of people that maybe wanted to keep hidden the things that they thought. A lot of thoughts were held against them. Sometimes people have secrets about their opinions or hot topics. They don't want to be judged for whatever it is that their truth is. And here's the thing that I'm just going to put out to you is, one person's truth doesn't have to be bad compared to another person's. There can be two opposing truths that are true for the individual, but maybe not true for somebody else, and they don't have to work against each other. But we hold those secrets because we want to be liked and we want to be accepted. So think about that for a minute. What truths, what beliefs do you have that maybe are in opposition with somebody else's that you don't want people to know? And how is holding that truth getting in your way to success, to happiness, to joy? Think about that for a minute. When we break free from secrets of the mind, we can finally stand for ourselves. And standing for ourselves does not mean that we have to stand in opposition or against anyone else. It just means that we get to authentically live our lives, and for this secret, I want you to really think about the fears that are holding you back from living authentically. Why are you playing it small? What would really happen if people knew? What would happen if you admitted to yourself your real story? Because when you do that, the possibilities open up. But when we keep secrets, we hold our possibilities away at arm distance. And so my hope for you today is that you can put some of this down on paper and start to take a look at the lies that you tell yourself so that you can reclaim the life that you want. So that's the 2 types of secrets. Next week, we're going to look at the remaining 2. They're secrets of the other and trying to belong, and secrets of the soul and finding peace. And I want to thank you for joining me today. And for all of you who emailed me after I sent out that newsletter and after the original first Facebook Live about your secrets, thank you. I hope that you're feeling better because you shared those with somebody. Be brave. If you want to email me anything, if you want to private message me, go ahead. I'm here to hold that space as a container for you. I look forward to seeing you next Thursday for round 3 in our series. And for those of you who want to tune in on Monday at 10:15 a.m., I'll be there for Motivational Monday and to help you to be able to set some goals for the week and intention setting. And until then, keep shining on purpose.